That's a reel of the buffalo. My name is Tristen Durocher. I'm from Buffalo Narrows, Saskatchewan, and I live in Ronge. And I play the fiddle. And then I started playing when I was 10 years old, and now I'm 16, so I've been playing for 6 years.
I like it.
I always wanted to play the fiddle, but nobody wanted to buy me one was the problem. They're expensive. And the problem was nobody taught it. Even if I was to get a fiddle, there'd be nobody to teach it to me. One day I think I begged enough for my grandma to buy me an old fiddle, and I have it in my bedroom. It's just a tiny little one. My very first little fiddle. And I started out by just listening to CDs over and over and over, and I YouTubed how to tune a fiddle. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think the first song I learned was Have I Told You Lately That I Love You, because it was on my grandpa's. It was on my grandpa's album. My grandpa was Marius Cummings. He was an older guy. He played at square dances all around northern Saskatchewan mostly. And him and his brother played, and I think they did it for quite a while. I know he was fairly well known in like the northern Saskatchewan communities like Beauval and Isle Cross and Buffalo Narrows, places like that. And that's what I wanted to be well known in Saskatchewan. I don't really know where all of my family came from, but I knew that my grandparents grew up on a trap line. I think they fished and caught beavers and stuff and sold the fur. They had a very natural lifestyle, like living at a cabin, going to the lake for water, and they ate natural food. This is a photo that I took quite recently last winter. It's my stepdad is a commercial fisherman and a trapper, and this is his little cabin. It was at night, and I didn't have a tripod for my camera, so I just set my camera on a propane tank and just took a picture. Like, I didn't expect it to turn out, but then it turned out to be one of my favorite pictures. And it looks cool how much the cabin is lit up, and all we had in there was one little candle. One time I was canoeing for about 5 hours, and then we seen a beaver, me and my friends, so we decided to follow it. We were in a canoe, and then it came up into a bay, and we went about 5 feet away from it, and it went up on a rock, and it just started eating a stick, so we watched it for about an hour, and just to get that close, it was really nice. And it didn't even seem to notice us. It just swam around the canoe. It was really cool. These were taken in a canoe. The whole day in the canoe. And this was like my first photography outing. When I was taking them, some drunk guy let off a firework. But I thought it made for a pretty cool photo. I said, when I get my license, I'm gonna go take Northern Lights pictures all the time. And I went out there and I realized that it's very, very spooky when you're alone. Once I went to go to the bathroom in the bush, and there's a blue herring, and it went brr, 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 and they have a really, really deep, so I thought it was an animal or something. Scared the heck out of me. But other than that, I love taking pictures of Northern Lights. It's a good excuse to stay up till 3 in the morning and have something to show for it the next day. Another inspiration of mine is Natalie McMaster, because I love the Cape Breton fiddle, because I grew up with just Métis, and that's all I really knew, and I thought that's all there was until I heard a girl play Cape Breton music, and I just loved it because it's so different. This would be an example of the Métis fiddle. It's just very old-timey. And then an example of Cape Breton would be... I like to be known as a traditional Métis fiddle player, This year at the Saskatchewan fiddle contest, they had a traditional Métis category, and out of all the people that come to Saskatoon from all over the place, only me and one other girl signed up for the traditional Métis one. And there's just like hundreds of fiddle players, and this girl wasn't even from Canada, which was crazy. So I guess it's kind of dying out, and I hope to keep it alive. It's important because it's what they used to play in this part of Saskatchewan hundreds of years ago, and it's what my grandpa used to play. And my favorite fiddle player, John Arcan, is the master, the Métis fiddle player, and I like to play his songs, and Métis fiddle is important. This is called Victor's 39th. It's a traditional Métis tune.